Welcome to another episode of 20-point Facts and Glitches. Back so soon. In this episode, we're covering another fact: droppable items. You may think all droppable items work the same. It used to be like that at one point, but that was when the game barely had anything. Now, the game has multiple items that are droppable, including weapons, bags, and even a USB stick. Those mentioned and many others have distinctive mechanics behind them. I've played with multiple people before, and I've seen a lot of them making rookie mistakes with droppable items, especially when they are sorting their inventory or luring an NPC. This is mainly due to them not knowing how different droppable items work, or getting completely misinformed by other players about how they work. Here are the timestamps for each part of the video. Feel free to skip to any part using the video chapter feature. Droppable items are not that hard to understand fully. Problem is, there's no perfect guide for it on YouTube. I made this video to change that problem, so you, the viewers, can understand everything about droppable item. Starting off with the two common known types of items: illegal and legal items. Illegal items can be detected by any NPC only if the item is dropped by a player or an NPC. They won't ask questions about it and will immediately call the police or sound the alarm. Illegal items include things such as explosives, thermite cans, blowtorches, and even the phoenix stash you get from the deposit vault. Note that if the item is generated into the map already, and the item isn't dropped by a player or an NPC, then the item can't be detected. Legal items are the opposite. These items won't be noticed by civilians or employees. Guards can still see them and confiscate them if the items are lying around an area they patrol in, but they won't sound the alarm unless they reach the limit. Speaking about that, there is a limit for items that can be confiscated by guards before they sound the alarm. The limit is 4 items. They'll get alerted if they try to confiscate a 5th one. This limit is also shared universally between every single guard in the mission, so always keep that in mind. Another common thing people didn't know is that it only counts towards the limit when the guard actually picks the item up. If you lure a guard with an item and you pick it up before they do, it won't count towards the limit. If they manage to pick it up, it will count. Note that in a few missions, some civilian NPCs share the same item AI with guards and are able to be lured by illegal items. Now you may have already known that illegal items can be detected anywhere in the mission. Something that a majority of players missed is that legal items can only be seen by guards in the workplace area. For example, in missions like the deposit and the withdrawal, any legal item that has been dropped outside the bank will not be seen. That, however, is still not all about legal items. There's actually 2 types of legal items. One is like what I said, they can be confiscated by guards if they see them in the workplace. Those items include crowbars, drills, keycards, scramblers, and even a simple looking lockpick. The other type is different. They will never be detected or cared for by any NPC in the game. Not even the guards care about it when it's placed in front of them. Those items include boxes, first aid kits, armors, briefcases, hard drives, spy tools, propane tanks, wire cutters, screwdrivers, and flash drives. I'm not kidding about all those. You can try it for yourself after watching this video. Now it's pretty debatable if bags are legal or illegal. But using all those knowledge, I would say it's legal since NPCs don't care if it's placed outside and only the guards care if it's inside. Of course, guards will sound the alarm once they check the bag, but not because it's illegal, but because it's suspicious. For all the weapons in the game, all of them count as legal. This even includes the saw blade and the dumper. They can be confiscated by guards, so don't be surprised to see a guard concealing a saw blade in his pocket. Remember when I said there is a limit of 4 items that can be confiscated? Well, you might be imagining a guard carrying 4 saw blades at once. However, Siege isn't going to let something like that happen, so Siege made the weapons count twice to the limit. This way, only 2 weapons can be confiscated, max. In the end, don't expect everything in this game to make sense. Entry points logic is truly one of the game logics ever created. Thank you very much for watching. Join me next time when we are covering the next episode, Network Ownership. Until then, farewell.